Alright, welcome back. This is going to be volume 1 of my Workbench series, and the first video I'm going to show you how to weather pewter castings. So the ones I'm working with are from Crow River products. They're W29 is a double bit. These are actually going to be weathered for the CSX Jacksonville division layout, and I'm going to show you how to chemically blacken them with this chemical here. And then after that, I'm going to polish them with a Dremel tool, give them an oil wash, and then do some dry brushing. In addition to that, I've been making like bumping blocks for ships, and I was going to go with a round one, but I decided to do vertical ones. I started with a piece of basswood, and I cut it 3/4 inch. There we go. Then I used this tool here, and as you can see, you can do different angles, which is pretty cool. And I cut an angle on it, so it's going to sit against the seawall like this. After that, I weathered it with creosote black. Right. The product I used is Hunterline products. And then right before we put them on the layout, I'll weather them up even more with some dry brushing of rust and gray and white, so they'll look a lot better than what you see here. When we come back, I'll show you how to chemically blacken the pewter casting. Alright, so now we're getting ready to blacken our pewter castings. So I just use a regular brush. And all you have to do is brush it on. As you can see, it's starting to chemically blacken the pewter. Alright, so after that, what I'll do is I'll take it, put it in a little cup of water just to rinse it, and then polish it. So after you polish it, this is one I already did already. There we go. You can see the tops are polished. And I just lightly hit the sides too. And I'm gonna do some dry brushing and also adding rust to it. But if you're ever in a shipyard and you see these there, you can see that they're rusted, but they're also polished because they're constantly tying boats down in ships. Especially the tops. You'll see the tops all polished, but they'll be rusty at the same time. So that's the effect I'm going for. So when you come back, I will have all these blackened, and then what we'll do is do an oil wash on them. Alright, as you can see, the castings have all been chemically blackened and polished. And when I use a polisher, I'm using a basic little Dremel tool with a polishing wheel on the end of it. Nothing fancy, but you're lightly polishing the casting. You're not really pressing really hard. You're letting the wheel do its work. All right, so the next step is going to be oil wash, and the oil wash is just going to give it a nice little hint of rust. And I'm using oil paints, burnt umber, and mineral spirits. But what's going to end up happening is, because of my time constraints, I'm probably going to dry brush these right on the layout. But the dry brushing part is pretty simple. This is going to take some time to dry. And it's that simple to do an oil wash. It'll take a couple hours actually for this to set up. And as you can see, I have all the bumping blocks ready to go to be stained with the creosote mixer. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to really get one to dry good, and I'll dry brush it for you for the video, and I'll probably end up finishing these down in Florida. Alright. Okay, so I was able to get the pieces to dry fairly quickly, and I'm going to do a little dry brushing. So I chose burnt umber, gray, and white. All right, and you don't need a lot. What I might do after I dry brush these is lightly hit them with the polisher again, just so the tops are nice and polished. And really, when I talk about polishing, you're trying to create that worn steel look. All right. Now we're just going to do a touch of gray. If you notice, I'm using multiple colors, and I really like doing that because it shows a lot of layers. You look at something out in the open, you don't see one color, you'll see multiple colors. So you kind of want to create the same effect when you model. Not every piece has to look the same either. All right, and then we'll finish it up with a white. And I did not clean my brush, I'm just using the same brush. And you're really basically just lighten, very light coats, just to bring out some highlights. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video is when you buy castings, you take a look at these. The bottoms has some flashing on them. You're going to take a razor in there and clean that up before you do anything, especially like this piece here. You can see it. All you do is take a number 11 blade and clean them up. Real simple. So I'll polish up the the tops of these. These are all set to go. I'm going to weather these down and right on the layout. Got my brushes packed. Extra paint, supplies. Got my well-blend glue. I'm going to be in the contest room this year at the NMRA. Got some powders there. Bringing my gouaches with me. I got to pack light, but I got to pack the essentials. So thanks for watching my first Workbench series video on painting and weathering pewter castings. Actually, before I end the video, I'm going to polish it up. I'll be right back. All right, let's see if I can do this holding the camera and working at the same time. So here's the Dremel tool. Alright. I'm really surprised I didn't launch one of these. So what I use to hold them down is actually double-sided tape. Alright, so we'll take a peek at one finished product here. You can see that around the base of the bit there, you can see a little bit of rust, and that's all you need. The tops are nice and polished, showing worn metal. A little on the sides. Well, that side's even better. Alright, so there you have it. Finished product. Ready to go on the layout. I may add some more weathering when I get down to Florida, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so now, thanks for watching my first Workbench series of how to paint and weather your pewter castings. And I'll see you at the next Workbench series video. Thanks for watching.